Aleia's breadcrumbs with the Italian seasoning are what we need. I have some Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour that's also gluten-free. And then I'll need a little bit additional Italian seasoning. Now I have a video that I made, and I'll leave a link for you so that you can make this little blend and have it on hand whenever you need it. Now we're going to need plenty of olive oil and a little bit of salt. Now, if you're not interested in making this gluten-free, you can make it with gluten in it by using regular breadcrumbs or panko breadcrumbs, and just add a little bit of flour and of course you still need to add some of my Italian seasoning to that as well. But that's the only change. So the first thing we want to do to start with our recipe, and a tip, is to soak our potatoes for at least 30 minutes, but longer would be better. Okay, and what that does is it helps release the starch in the potato, and then they crisp up a lot nicer. So you just take your potato, I scrub these clean, and then cut them in half. This is the best way I found it. Cut them in half again, and then take each wedge and cut that in half. So you're getting pieces that look like this. So they're not super thin and they're not super thick. All right, we'll place them in a bowl of water. And I'll just chop these up and let them soak. All right, we'll get our breadcrumb mixture together. I have my breadcrumbs here in this bowl, and I'm going to add the flour to that, my Italian seasoning blend, garlic powder, and I'm just going to put a little pinch of salt in there. And you just combine this, and we'll set it aside until we're ready to use it. So once we're done soaking the potatoes for at least 30 minutes, and you can go overnight, that works too, then you're going to want to dry them as much as you can. That's really important because otherwise they're going to steam in the oven and won't get crispy. So what I like to do is to take my salad spinner, put them in that, and just whirl them away and just get as much water off as I possibly can. Then, after doing that, I also place them on paper towels or clean towels and just pat them dry. You want them as absolutely dry as you can get them, okay? Once you get your potatoes as dry as you can, place them into a, good-sized bowl, and then we're going to drizzle olive oil over all of it, and we're going to toss them to get them nicely coated. We're also going to prep up our baking sheet. I have a baking sheet here with parchment paper on it, and I'm also going to place some olive oil on it and spread it out with my hand, okay, just to brush it around. This is going to help the potatoes crisp up, and of course the parchment paper is going to keep the potatoes from sticking as well, because they will stick to this pan, and we don't want that. So give it a nice generous coat. I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees, so now we're ready to coat the potatoes. So they're nice and coated here. We're going to place them individually into the breadcrumb mixture and just coat them completely, okay? And then we'll place them on the baking sheet. Now you want them not to be too crowded, so we want to leave a little space in between each one so that they can roast and not steam. We want these to crisp up. And they won't do that if they're too close together. So I'm taking a brush here and I'm just brushing the oil continuously because it kind of wants to bead up over the pan. So here we go. We'll just continue to do this till all the pieces are coated and place it on the cookie sheet. These are going in the oven, 375 degrees for 20 minutes.